All right, guys. I forgot to record the notes yesterday for our lesson over solving the absolute value equations. So we're just going to do this so you can have an example. Then I'll post the assignment on there as well. Okay. So we have two ways of doing this. We can either graph it or we can just use algebra. I like the algebra way, but I need to show you how to do it graphically. Okay. So to graph it or to solve it graphically, this is the equation we're going to use. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to break this up into two different equations. Okay. Two equations. So this equation here would be 2 and then absolute value of x minus 5 minus 4 is equal to 0. This equation right here would just be our g of x is equal to 2. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pause it real quick, draw my grid, and then we'll go from. Okay, guys. So talked over myself and it was not making sense, so I kind of truncated and came back to here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to graph g of x is equal to 2, which is a nice straight horizontal line, which is the origin. Okay, goes through the y-axis, we know it's 2. Then we're going to graph this equation, and we're going to put it to where it needs to go. All right, now here is the problem that I run into, right? When I graph this, even though I used my ruler and everything like that, I got 3 for my solution set when I graphed it. This is actually supposed to be a 2, so my line should have been more like here, okay? That's why I don't like it, is because if you don't have grid paper, then it's going to make it go off just a little bit. Even if you have grid paper, you could still make an error and not make it look well, okay? So our answer is still supposed to be x is to 2 and x is equal to 8, right? Now let me show you what I prefer, and I think you guys have done this before, is we're going to do it algebraically. Okay, algebraically, we have the formula or the equation, the absolute value of x plus 2, and then we're going to go plus 2 is equal to 6. First thing we need to do is get this absolute value by itself. So I'm going to subtract the 2 to both sides. So I have that. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and write two equations. The first one, I'm going to have x plus 2 is equal to 4, or x plus 2 is equal to negative 4. So this is that positive side, this is the negative side. So then I'm going to subtract 2. So x is equal to 2, subtract 2 here, and x is equal to negative 6. And then we check it, and if you like, and that's good to go. Okay, you're usually going to get 2 solutions. Not always, but usually you're going to get 2 solutions. Okay, so if you want to get one solution, what that's going to look like is like this. Okay, so I'm going to go 3/5 absolute value of 2x minus 4 plus 3 is equal to 3. Okay, so my goal again is get the absolute value by itself. So I subtract the 3. So I get 3/5 absolute value of 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Multiply by 5/3. Okay, if my absolute value equals 0, that's going to give me one solution, and that's my vertex. Okay, that one's nice. You can also have no solution, and I'll show you what that looks like. So we got negative 5 absolute value of x plus 1 plus 2 is equal to 12. So I subtract the 2. Divide by negative 5. Now, if my absolute value equals negative value, this one's a no solution. Okay, that means that here's our absolute value. That means that our line that we've drawn doesn't go through it. Okay, I guess for our graph up here, this would be it, and this is where our line would be. Okay, so that's what we covered. I'll post the assignment for you, and then email me. We can go from there. Thanks.